Oh, we need to do an intro.
Yeah, who wants to do
All
it?
right, 3, 2, 1, clap. We're all together. Sounds are perfect.
We don't need to clap. That's to sync
He's
video
gonna edit
with
this out.
That's
He's
to
gonna
sync
edit this
video
out.
with audio. This is just audio.
He's gonna edit this out.
Can we have a
He's gonna edit this
video
out.
of...
Okay, 3, 2, 1. We all clap together. Okay.
Okay, Dan.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, synchronization.
Dude, that was on
You guys are
point.
fucking
Awesome.
retarded.
Dude,
See,
that was
that
on
part.
point.
That could be the
The
intro.
Dude, we're fucking synced.
That was
This
sweet.
Well, why don't you just suck each other's dicks?
What are you doing after?
No,
Sucking your dick.
do it now. I want to watch.
Is that the video that we're syncing to?
Oh God.
So you can get a whole bunch of...
Okay, that's actually the perfect intro right there. You don't. You can delete everything else up to that point. All
Judge-
I need is a. That's all you need. That's all you need. Okay.
Beautiful.
Welcome to another episode of the Entertaining Stupid Podcast. I'm your host, Matty B. With me today, I got.
Rheal.
And Sylvan.
And guys, it's Sunday.
Is it?
It's the Lord's Day.
Praise be.
What do we got going on today? That sounds awesome.
That about sums it up.
Thank God things are open on Sundays now.
Actually, you know what? I got a good topic. And thank God they are open. Because you know what, Rheal? We're getting older. Like, you know, I'm 28. You guys are 27, right? Turning
I'm
28.
catching up.
You're catching up. Are you guys starting to, like, get interests that are more adult-like than before? And you're like, you know what? That, like, interests me. Like, for me, for example, it'd be, like, barbecue and smoking. Like, that really interests me, and I want to get into it. And I'm, like, going down YouTube rabbit holes just watching, like, someone smoke a brisket for 20 minutes. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm enjoying this video.
You're watching them.
And I wish I had a
the
smoker.
brisket.
I wish I had a smoker and I could eat it right now, you know? But, like, are you guys starting to realize stuff like that too? You're like, oh, this is actually interesting. And you're like, oh, fuck, that's like an old person
thing.
hobby or something like that, yeah.
Do you have a barbecue?
I do, but I don't have it at the place I'm living.
Yeah.
I do have one, though.
Is
My
your own
dad's...
barbe-
my dad gave me a barbecue.
Oh, nice.
So he
It's old
he
one.
bought a new one, so he gave me his old one.
Nice.
But I love to barbecue. Like, it's fun, you know? And the thing that I find really interesting about it is, like, it's one of those, like, skills that you have to, like, fail till you get good at it. And it's, like, no one barbecue is going to be the same as the next, kind of. And you're like, oh, shit, that's, like, super interesting. You know?
Yeah, you always have to find out where the hot spots are when you try a new barbecue.
Yeah.
Because, like, half your shit's going to end up burnt.
And, like, there's this restaurant, I think in Austin, Texas. It's, like, a smokehouse. And, like, they're the biggest smokehouse in the world. And he said, like, this guy has, like, those master classes and stuff like that. But he was saying, like, you just got to keep on doing it until you, like, for smoking, especially because it's, like, all based on heat, right, and temperatures and all that. And no fire is going to be the same, and it's hard to maintain stuff.
Yeah.
Air might just release somehow and get the smoke out one way instead of keeping it in the chamber.
And it's, you know, what type of wood you're using, how much moisture there is in it, what your dry rub or wet rub are.
Yep.
Like, there are so many different variables
And
in
it's,
smoking.
like, just reps until you get better and better and better.
Did
So-
my 4 reps this morning.
Like, already, probably everyone that was about to listen to this episode is like, fuck, this is boring. But, like,
Or-
you know what I mean? As a topic, though, you know?
Or they're super hungry right now.
Or
'Cause
they're really
that's
hungry.
the worst when you're reading or watching a show about
You guys want to
food.
get barbecue after?
Fuck yeah.
So, like, are you guys, like, seeing anything like that in your lives right now? That you're like, this is more interesting than... It's, like, more of a... What I thought my dad was interested in, now I'm kind of interested into it.
Not really so much interest, more of I've found myself, like, I actually notice when I'm more responsible because, like, I'm still desperately trying to clean up my place, but it's far cleaner than it has been for a long time.
Nice.
So, like, just trying to keep myself on routine to, like, actually constantly be cleaning my house.
Or just when you start noticing things more or being like, oh, okay, what I used to think was clean enough. Now you're like, oh, this is messy.
This is kind of gross.
Yeah, it's like, I'm tired. You're like, I'm not being a slob anymore. I'm going to clean it up.
Yeah.
And try to maintain it, right? Yeah. I'm noticing the same things.
Yeah, keeping the house clean.
Yeah.
Shit, I can't really think of anything. Just, you know, having more responsibilities. Just the grown-up stuff. It's like paying your own bills and whatever. So I don't think it's really hit me that much yet. I know, again, in the future, if I buy a house, that'll be a big step up.
Oh, definitely.
All of a sudden, mortgage and shit.
Yeah. No, I think it's just super. I mean, anything updated on that front there, by the way?
Nah.
No.
See, everyone buys in spring, right? I think that's
Well,
the typical.
Buy whenever you want.
Yeah,
I know, but it's like the usual is buying in spring. So
Well, if you feel more financially comfortable next spring, then that'd be probably the plan.
yeah, whatever. No, actually, I was assuming it was going to be like any other year where the parents go down for the winter, and so having the house alone
But
for the
they're
winter is
staying.
nice. It's looking real up in the air at this
Yeah.
point. They're
Yeah.
probably not going to the States.
Yeah, like
So
I was about to say, like
They
you're
might go
not
to
not gonna go to
Casino, right?
Arizona.
maybe.
I was
Yeah.
like, that would make sense to go see Stefan and then
Yeah.
kind of just stay there for a couple months. Like
Go
they have
bum
nice places out there, right?
Yeah. So
But the other thing is though, it rains a lot there, so it's like, do you want to be stuck in a rain season? Because like, don't think where do they usually go? Yuma?
yeah,
Yeah, so like
Oh,
that's
yeah,
just
it's,
dead
like,
hot,
way
right?
nicer
yeah,
down
super
there.
dry. And,
but you're not going to find that in the winter anywhere in Canada. So
Yeah.
you got to get the best of what you can.
yeah, true.
Um,
But that kind of shocks me because like, doesn't your dad like doing like those winter excursions, like skiing and stuff like that?
we used to do skiing all the time.
Yeah.
But I think he just got either tired of it or
Yeah,
just found something better.
Yeah.
True. And
Yeah, why would you go skiing when you could take the quad and go crush some dunes in Yuma?
That's
yeah, I
pretty
think
sick.
they kind of just found a different
Yeah,
activity.
Yeah.
Plus, skiing is skiing's expensive.
super dangerous too.
I guess
It's a lot of
Yeah.
physical labor.
crashes you.
Like he fucking like just fall, you could just die. You could. I'm not
Yeah.
saying like
No,
it's
you're
like
right, you're
super
right.
rare. Like you know what I mean. But like
But you can easily injure something,
depends where you
Yeah.
fall. Yeah. You know?
and especially in Saskatchewan, no mountains.
There are it's
No.
no.
It's a fucking troop to get somewhere. But when you were talking about the brisket thing, I really need to get into cooking.
Yeah,
I really need
I did
to.
too, man.
Yeah, that's actually something I've
The
done
hard
a
part
lot
is
more.
like when I do it, I find it rewarding. It's the motivation to start it though.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, man, if I like when me and Ashley would get Hello Fresh, like those meals that are you just gotta kind of follow this,
The recipe,
the recipe, the
instructions.
instructions, right?
Yeah.
And and cook it. And it's like, this is actually really easy and super good. And it took me 30 minutes, but it's like getting all the stuff prepped beforehand, going to the grocery store and dedicating like a half hour to an hour to get that stuff all the time, going together, right? And all that. It's like, I got to get more motivated and more. I have to put more energy in that one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where like I have my grocery route planned. Like I can't go get vegetables on like a Sunday.
Yeah.
That's when I get like all the stuff for the week. I can't do that because I won't have the energy after work to make something. Like I won't have the energy to like prep like a lot of vegetables. I won't have, so I have to do that on Thursday so that I can cook something like really nice on like Saturday, Sunday when I have energy.
Oh, and then you kind of you just
Yeah.
use those meals throughout the week.
Yeah,
then,
and
too?
like I'll
Yeah.
like
Okay.
I meal prep on the weekend, and then during the week it's like, just what's easy right now? What do I got?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just look in the fridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, now that's, and I'm not gonna try and be negative towards you, but I'm just gonna kind of say this. But do you find that's kind of an excuse? Like, I know yours is a tough job and it's very physically demanding and all that, but to say like I just don't have the energy to cook when I get home, it's like, I don't know.
yes and no. Like my feet hurt a lot, so standing at the stove,
Okay,
it's a lot,
right.
and I'm lazy, so fuck it.
Yeah,
But
No,
it's not like
get
I'm
it.
I don't think.
I think
have-
everyone uses that though too, right? Like it's not. It wouldn't just be him. Like
Yeah, it's not like I
Oh,
don't
no.
cook.
Yeah.
It's just I don't want to spend an hour prepping and
Yeah.
then cook for half an hour and then do the dishes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels like it adds a lot.
it adds up. It
that's
adds up
the
a
other
lot.
thing, man. It's the fucking cleanup. I hate the cleanup the most.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like fuck.
It does suck. But one thing I kind of thought of to myself was, especially when I drive out to get something like fast food,
Yeah.
and it's just like, okay, by the time I walk out my door to the time I come back into the door with my food, it's probably close between 20 and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're like, that time spent cooking could have almost gotten me a meal.
You know what the funny thing is though, and I think when I was talking to someone last weekend, and they were just going through things like when you procrastinate and all that, and you just never really think about it until someone says it again. But it's like it's an instant reward. So like you're rewarded for delaying something. So it's like I'm gonna deal with this problem tomorrow. It's an instant reward because like, hey, you're getting rewarded for not having to deal with it right now. Just like cooking, it's like you go for fast food. Technically, you're going out there, but you get it instantly. You didn't have to put in any effort to get it. And then I think that's where it's like everyone's like, oh, it's just so much easier to just go out and have food, right?
Yeah.
And there's times where there's restaurants that are awesome because you get to try new things that you never would be able to like never even thought of having. And then you like it, so then you can do it at home, right? But the thing is, I think is like it's just instant to you. It's like, yes, I got food right away. Even though you have to drive back 10 minutes, it's like I could have some fries right now on the drive home, or it could be whatever you want it to be, right? So I think that's where fast food gets you, because it's like right there right now.
It's just convenient.
Yeah.
No, there's a reason it's so popular. And then
think about all the money we could save if we didn't go out all the time.
Well, yes and no. It is a lot cheaper, but even still, buying groceries is fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Yes. But they can last you longer.
Yeah, and you can get more out of it.
And the other thing is like alcohol too. Like you're thinking about like it's like, dude, you spend $30 on alcohol, and it's like the equivalent of me getting less than a 6-pack, and I can get a 6-pack for $12 or what? Sorry, like $15, right? So it's like, fuck, I should have just went and got the 6-pack and just had beers at home,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you're talking about a restaurant?
Yeah,
at
a restaurant.
Like you have 2 drinks and a meal, and that's like $40-$50.
It's ridiculous.
I spent way too much money on stuff like that, and it's fun. Like, I understand doing it.
Yeah. It is good every once in a while.
Moderation, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Honestly, it's amazing how much we spend on it, and people are just normalized to it now, I guess.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, oh yeah, $40 for a meal. And you're like,
it's stupid.
fucked up.
That's a
It's
lot.
stupid expensive.
That's messed up.
You can actually get like 6 buns and some cold meat and cheese for probably $12.
Yeah.
And that can last you, honestly, 3 days.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Like, you
Like,
get a shit
you
ton
get
of
a little
sandwiches.
plate that might be a shitty portion and 2 drinks, and that's $40. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah. That's why I'm such a not classy guy, because I can go to McDonald's and
Yeah.
get for like $12 a full meal.
Yeah, but even then, like I haven't gone to McDonald's in a long time, because like there was a time like when Jason and I were living together where like because of me working at the children's hospital, I was like way more wiped after work than I am now.
Yeah.
And I didn't care. So I was spending a lot of money on McDonald's or Little Caesars, whatever, just because I need to eat food now and I'm going to eat this and immediately go to bed.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I've completely stopped doing that. I don't really eat out much. I don't order skip the dishes much anymore. Like I'm actually I would say I'm 75% an adult.
That's awesome, man.
No, that's an improvement.
And like at the start of COVID, we were really good, Ashley and I, and then we just fell off. Like we were just like more skip, and it got convenient, and you're like, oh. you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm fucking hungry now. I'll just order or I'll be hungry, and I'm feeling the hunger coming. So if I order now, in 20 minutes, it should be here, and I'll be right when I'm really hungry.
Yeah.
And
it works better when it's 2 people, because you're like, oh, we're ordering 2 meals. It's probably like $40, and then that $5 delivery. Yeah, whatever. So.
Skip is it's actually ludicrous though. Like you can get something and it's like you think it's like $20, like this is reasonable, and then all this tax and then all the fucking like the courier fee, not just the tip you have to give for the courier.
God.
And it's like $35. You're like, how is this $35 for like the simplest thing? You know?
Yeah.
But
then
people
I'm like,
still
so
pay for it.
Yeah, I'll pay for it because I'm fucking lazy. I'm like, I should just go pick it up.
Honestly, it's amazing how if people just sat down and really looked at where their money was going, there'd be so many things where you're like, why am I buying this? Why am I paying so much for this stupid thing?
Actually,
Save so
the
much
reason I
money.
started doing that is because you started doing that. I remember this was years ago. You were actually you had a little notepad and you were tallying up anytime you ate out. You were tallying up all that money, and you were only like not even halfway through the month, and you were already at like $600 on food that you that was like years ago.
Yeah.
And I was just like, holy fuck.
Like you probably could have saved $400.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you bought groceries.
Yeah,
like,
realistically,
your own
like,
meal? Oh yeah.
I think it's realistic to say like, damn.
Yeah, like, it was
Groceries are
insane.
in that frame of anywhere from 100 to 200 a week, but that lasts you like the whole week, and that could even last you more than that. The 200 would be like probably a week and a half.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, because I think someone said like $400 a month per person groceries.
Yeah, and that seems
reasonable?
realistic to me, because when I was living solo,
And you always want to estimate higher than
Yeah.
what it is actually going to be. So.
I would say that's realistic for me, because like when I was like a bachelor and living in a bachelor pad and stuff and by myself, it was roughly around $100 for like the last of the whole week, and that's breakfast, lunch. Sometimes you have different lunches out, but and then you have supper at home.
But like most suppers and most.
Oh,
lunches
all the
at
suppers were at home. There was no skip the dishes back then either, so it was like I just make supper at home every night.
That's not bad. 100 a month or 100 a week.
Yeah.
That's
$400 a month.
no, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
And especially like you
And
said, when you
I probably could have cut that even lower, because I was buying like salad packs because it's just convenient for me instead of just cleaning the lettuce and all that. So I'm like spending $3 on each pack, and I'd say like buy 5 packs. So let's say it's $15. I could have just bought 2 heads of lettuce for way cheaper,
right,
and saved even more. But
Yeah.
like I'm okay with it. I was like, that's fine. It's a fine trade off for me.
Oh yeah, no, you can always keep varying things and being like, all right, there's some convenience, some not convenience. Let's figure out what.
Yeah,
we're good
it's
with.
what you're willing to compromise on for like how much effort you're gonna put in.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much with anything. Like if you put in more effort, it's gonna be probably cheaper, and it's probably gonna be better anyway.
And I would spend like $20 like on these pasta like tortellinis and stuff, like this giant pack of tortellinis, and all you have to do is boil it essentially with salt water. It's 10 minutes, and then you buy sauce for $5. But that's like 3 meals. Like you have a giant portion for supper, and then you have 2 extra portions for lunches and supper again.
nice.
So it was like, yeah, like that's worth $20 because it's like,
Yeah, or like man, last time I went to was it Superstore, getting fucking 10-kilogram bag of rice.
How much?
It was like $20, but I still have that. I haven't gone to Superstore in like 7 months. It's still there. It's almost empty, but like
You're eating that much,
dude,
rice?
your area is
holy
like,
shit.
your area
Like-
is perfect. Like where you live is actually perfect because there's so many good things around you,
yeah,
and you're like in a nice private area. Like it seems private compared to everything.
yeah. 33rd Street is a very firm line to keep the derelicts out.
Which is crazy. I understand that, but like it's like your area is like no one fucks with that area.
No, it's
Yeah.
super. It used to be the really expensive area back in the 70s.
Yeah.
So like all my neighbors are like retired RCMP officers, retired biologists. Like,
But you just
it's
go down.
all old
You go
people.
down 33rd. You hit Brighton if you want to go all the way
Yeah.
to Save On or Betts Walmart, and then you got the Co-op there. And if you're
Brighton.
honestly Confed Mall, like is right there too.
Not Brighton.
No, it's not Brighton.
No, you can go all the way. Sorry, you
Can
go
you?
all the way down to 33rd. You take a right, and then you'll hit
Oh,
Yeah, the Hamptons.
No. Hampton
no,
Village
there's-
is not there.
'Cause
You can
it-
hit Brighton from 33rd.
I thought Brighton was
no,
past
Brighton's down-
College
oh,
Drive.
Sorry, not Brighton, dude. Sorry. No, it's Betts, like the Betts. Kensington.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
Sorry, I
yeah,
meant
sorry,
Kensington.
Kensington,
Sorry, that's what I meant to
Now
say.
you're just throwing me off.
Yeah, sorry, you can hit Kensington, and
Yeah.
then Kensington has.
Yeah,
A whole bunch of
Yeah.
stuff there.
and then like there's the Confed for anything else you want
Yeah.
there.
Do you have any preference on like grocery stores? Because I know people have that like, I'll only shop here, I'll only shop there.
Not really, but I remember like when I was living in Swift Current, and Moose Jaw. I'll use those two as examples. Moose Jaw I'd more or less go to Superstore for the most part because they had really good produce and it was really fresh, and I could get like giant bags like of stuff, kind of like almost like a Costco-esque kind of thing. And then when I went to Swift Current, it was more or less Co-op because Co-op had really good meat, and when they had something on sale, it was good. So I did that too. That was mostly what I did. But I'm all over the place. Like in Saskatoon, like Sobeys can be convenient because it's really close to me. Safeway, there's that Co-op too on University Heights Co-op there.
Right.
I'll go to those ones. I don't really go to Superstore a lot.
They kind of feel almost like a Walmart, kind of like a budget.
Yeah,
But they can give you really good quality though.
Yeah.
For cheap price because they match everything. They're just like Walmart. They match everything, but they have higher quality, I believe.
Okay, with the matching thing, don't you have to show them like, hey, this?
Yeah,
the
but
flyer?
but sometimes if it's already in a flyer, they match. So as long as you see like, they'll see like, hey, Save On Foods flyers coming out this week, and this is what they have on end. So they changed our whole flyer to match Save On Food.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, it's like, have you ever gone through a checkout?
I
Like,
actually-
here's a flyer.
I do enjoy Save On Foods. That one I do like going to.
Yeah.
It's just not far. It's kind of far for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
what about you?
They all seem pretty similar. The one thing is, we always get our bread from Sobeys. Their bread for us is.
They have really good bread there. Yeah.
It's just like the way
It's
they
good.
make it is we're so used to, and every other store I'm just like, this
And
is
it actually
It's
lasts
just
a long
not the
time,
same.
too.
this is not the Sobeys bread.
Mhm.
Co-op, you definitely have to go when it's on sale.
Yeah,
like, you
Co-op's
gotta watch
expensive.
those.
They have really good meat though. Like their
Yeah.
meat products are really good.
It's an amazing store.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Is like they're more expensive, but it's a really nice store.
Yeah.
It's always looks good.
Yeah, for me, like the Co-op is, even though it's more expensive, it's just
It's
so convenient. Like I could throw a rock and I could hit the Co-op.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So
That makes sense for you.
But they do have ads like every week too. It's not and I think they have quality for
Yeah.
sure. You know.
So that'd almost be, especially with the co-op, it's like that's one of those, you start planning your week of meals, and then you check the flyers and be like, all right, pork chops are on sale. Let's buy 2 packs of those. And
You know which one I do like going to the most actually, if I could pick one. But it's fucking expensive, like because you buy so much. Costco.
oh yeah,
Costco, like we have a Costco card. I love going to Costco. Costco's awesome. It really is good.
yeah,
I haven't renewed mine because like it's too much for one person.
it is. That's the problem.
Which one do you have though? Do you have the bronze one?
No, I had the gold.
Oh, see, I had
You're
the
gold?
I had the bronze one, like this, just the year $69 or whatever. What do you get rebates if you do that?
Yeah, you get better rebates.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And because I had it mostly when I was still living at home, and I was crushing way more than my rebates were more than my membership.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But when it was just me, it's like, yeah, okay, I'll still go. I'd get a flat of pop and things that I know are gonna last. But you can't get a shit ton of things for one person.
Yeah, flat of eggs and
It's
big giant thing of vegetables.
Yeah, it's
I
just
love
gonna
getting
go to
my
waste.
meat from there because they have frozen stuff too that's really high quality. Like their frozen chicken breast is really good.
Yeah.
And then I like their fresh salmon. They have stuffed salmon that I'll buy that'll last me 4 meals.
Yeah.
And then they have anything snack wise, if you want healthy alternative snacks or anything crackers or anything, it's a giant thing and it'll last you 2 months.
Yeah.
And then
huge
a
bag.
flat of Gatorade. I can get a flat of Gatorade for $20. That's cheaper than me buying 4 of them at the fucking convenience store.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I remember the last time I was with my mom and we were in Costco,
Mm-hmm.
and how their aisles are the stack of
The stack of shit. Yeah, no,
rafters. What do you call it? Shelving.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the warehouse type shelving.
Yeah.
And I looked at one aisle and the entire top to bottom, all those pallets that were above the floor level, it was all Frito-Lay's chips.
Oh yeah.
The entire aisle. And
Yeah.
I looked, I'm like, there's no fucking way you're selling all this
Yeah.
before
Dude,
it expires. That's insane.
There's cereal too, man. The Kellogg's and all that. They have double packs, and they're
Oh, yeah.
cheaper than buying 1 pack at a fucking
Yeah.
grocery store, man.
That's the part that's kind of fucked up.
The dry goods is so much better at Costco than it is anywhere else.
That would be one where it's you should really do your research and be like, okay, what's cheaper at Costco versus actually buying it somewhere else, even if you're getting way more. And you're even if it runs out or expires,
That's the thing with Costco. They get you because you're like, oh, this is on. They are good deals, but you keep on getting. You're like, oh shit, we might as well get it. You know?
Yeah.
That's where they get you.
Yeah. I'm just thinking do some research beforehand and being like you'd said before, where it's I could buy 1 case of cereal at this store, but I can get 2 for the same
normally
price at Costco.
we get the cereal, we get the dry goods, we get our meats. Usually that can last us a couple months from Costco.
Yeah.
And then the produce, depending on it, some of it's okay. They have pre-washed huge flats of romaine that I'll get once in a while.
Yeah.
But I'll just go to the Sobeys or something to grab that produce real quick. And same with my apples and bananas, I just go to Sobeys or something.
Yeah.
Rather than get it at Costco. But
Yeah, getting a fucking giant bag.
yeah, exactly.
That was one thing I was thinking with the cooking thing is it seems like we should really cut down our meat intake. It's kind of the thought.
From what do you mean?
I don't know. I just sometimes when you read about healthy diets and all that stuff and they're like, this is how much meat you should be eating. And you're like, oh, I'm eating at least 3 times that.
But I think everyone's different and everyone's got a different diet and
Yeah.
different things work for different people. Because there's people that are like, oh, I'm vegetarian because I saw what they do to animals and stuff like that. But then there's also the people that go hunting and will hunt an elk and that elk will last them a year. And they're doing it without any, there's no injection or nothing like that. And maybe that's all they eat is that kind of meat. There's people that have a carnivore diet, that's all they eat is meat.
Yeah.
And the cholesterol, everyone's saying cholesterol is bad, but for their body, it completely works and they lose weight and they feel healthier and they feel sharper than before. And then there's people that are vegetarian that they feel way better because they don't have that meat intake that they used to, right? And they're eating clean proteins like eggs and stuff like that. So I think everyone's different.
I was just thinking for cost wise.
Oh,
for
meat's
cost.
expensive.
Meat's
I thought you
really
meant,
expensive.
I thought you meant indulging. I was
No,
so
I
confused
did
there.
mean
Yeah.
health. I did mean health,
Yeah.
but also there's the fact where well, if we're gonna do healthy and save a bunch of money, eat rice all the time.
Rice is great,
What
man.
rice are you eating?
Well, anytime I make chicken, it's always the rice. I mean, the odd time I'll have it with pasta, but usually it's just because I have a rice cooker. It's just it's so easy.
Hell yeah.
But I think it's funny how people change their perceptions super fast. I know a person. He's like, I watched this Netflix documentary and it made me turn into a vegetarian. I'm like, that's cool, but that you're only getting one side of it. You're not getting the side where there's a lot of good ethical companies that grass feed cattle and give them a good life, and chickens they're fed, right? Free range chickens and all that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good stuff in the industry as well that's just turned a blind eye because they're trying to make that perception this is horrible for the animals. and you should just be a vegetarian, right?
Yeah.
It goes both ways.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah. And then just the health side where they're like, these studies show that eating meat is killing your body, and you're like, okay, but if you look at most other studies,
But also,
No, only
like,
look at this study.
what's the depth on it too? Like what meats and how much of the meats are they intaking, right? And
yes, McDonald's is bad if you do the McDonald's
Like,
diet.
For every meal,
supersize
he had
me.
to
if you're gonna
supersize
eat
me.
a pound of processed salami every day, of course you're gonna have way worse. You know?
I want to do that challenge.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, though. Like that's like the truth. Like no shit. Like you'd probably get sick.
I want to be driving down the highway in my truck, just a big chunk of salami.
That's it.
But you know that is the truth.
I haven't gone to the bathroom in 4 days.
One of those hams on a bone, just gnawing down.
But that's
on.
like everyone falls for it. I do too. Like it's like the stats show this, and you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
But you don't dive into the
Yeah,
stats and what they actually
the
are.
stats from which study funded by who.
Yeah, exactly.
Funded by who? Yeah,
Yeah, like if you have the stats funded by PETA or PETA, it's like yeah,
PETA,
no,
pedo.
bunch of pedas.
PETAs. But you know what I mean? Like it's like oh, okay, yeah.
Eating cats is murder. Yeah,
Yeah, that's an apocalypse sort of meal.
we'll save those for leftovers.
Oh god, this has got dark.
My bad. I was trying to do more humor than that.
Do you even think
Well,
cat?
you
What do you
failed.
think cat would taste? Do you think it would taste good?
Um,
Would you try it if
It'd be-
someone's like, hey, like this is like a culture thing, like we eat cats? Would you try it?
I might have to draw the line at pet animals. Unless,
Yeah.
like what I said, it's an apocalypse situation.
But
Well,
isn't
yeah, that's
it
what
in,
we do.
in China? Like they eat dog, don't
talking something.
they? Yeah.
So yeah, that's just like a matter of cultural perspective as well as maybe resources available. Maybe they
Yeah.
just had a shit
I would
ton
say
of
this:
dogs.
if I didn't see the dog get killed,
yeah,
I'd be
If
like,
they
okay, I
just
went
served up a little pork chop and
Well,
I'm
yeah,
like,
like if
here you
if
go.
I'm
they
willing
didn't
to
tell me
try.
what it was,
Yeah.
like
Well,
in my
that's-
mind,
okay,
it's something completely different.
but you're in a restaurant and they're just gonna serve it up on a plate and it's already meat cooked, whatever, and they go, "Hey, would you like some cat?" And you're like,
I might.
I would
not.
grab a little small piece. And
"Yeah,
try
you
it.
try it."
I'd be interested.
I think I would try it.
See, I think I.
But then my fear would be that I love the taste of cat. You know, like,
I
no, I just want to eat cat.
It's like cocaine. I just need more.
Go over to your friend's house and you're just staring at the cat. Like,
Who Butters?
You
You're
wanna-
looking
yeah,
pretty
hey,
good.
Butters.
But
Gonna
no,
cook you up later.
it'd be terrible if you got hit by a car.
Nothing Connor can do because he has got a torn ACL and he can't chase me.
but no, I think I would draw the line at like pet animals,
The
like
cat and dog.
cat and dog. Pretty much that.
Gerbil.
I think that if
Rodents, I'd probably just stay away from.
if I was in a culture where that's like normal, I'd be willing to try it. Like,
well, if
bees.
you were like,
Well, especially raised. them.
sorry, if you
Yeah.
grew up in that culture, or
no,
you
no,
were just
like
visiting.
visiting the culture, I'd be like, I would be willing to try it just to see what it's like.
See, I would try and most anything else other than that. Like,
'Cause, like-
I would eat snake. I'd eat
Yeah.
gator. I'd eat.
That's the
fucking-
thing. You go
yeah.
down to the down in the States. I can't think of any, but like you go try gator or something.
Yeah,
Going
And
down
that's
the
just
land down
whatever.
under.
Yeah,
You know, in Louisiana, they
Louisiana, yeah.
cook a lot of
Yeah,
gator.
with the
Down the
bayou.
bayou.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
of, down the bayou. But it's
Well-
like gator would just be whatever. I'll try it.
Yeah,
Like,
I heard
no
it's
big
really
deal.
fishy. Like it's got a fishy taste.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea.
Are they?
Our snake tastes pretty good. Like I'd be willing to try that.
amphibians? What are crocodiles and alligators?
There's
Reptiles.
crocodiles or dinosaurs. They've actually been here since the dinosaur age. Alligators, I think, are like a mutated version, and they have longer snouts. Where crocodiles have a shorter snout. But man, it's pretty fucking cool. Like they're terrifying though.
They're beasts.
Dude, they will actually like follow. Like say you're like hanging out by the river every day. They'll see what your habits are for like 5 days. They'll just kind of track you, and then when you're like not noticing, and like say you're going to wash your clothes, then they just snatch you up and you're done.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
their metabolism's so slow, they don't need to eat
Yeah.
like very often. But when they do, good God,
I
got a meal.
got a pretty cool story actually about alligators. My dad's old boss, he was from I think Bangladesh or India, and he had this German Shepherd, and he loved this German Shepherd, and this fucking gator snatched it and just killed, like ate it up. He went back to his house, grabbed a fucking axe, and came out and fucking killed the gator. He
With
went
an
in the water and he
axe?
fucking axed the gator. He's like, "You fucking bastard! You killed my dog."
How do you find it?
Because I think he was like in a little pond area, like that
Yeah.
he knew that he was hanging out in. And that's where his dog got snatched. He just went straight home, came back, and fucking axed.
and
it.
after a gator eats something, they're really slow.
Oh yeah, right. Damn,
I was like, "That's pretty badass."
that's badass. I mean,
He's
I
like,
don't
"That's for
blame
my dog, you bastard."
him. For the dog.
Well, it's actually kind of crazy because now even like jaguars are hunting, as in crocodiles. They're like, that's who they eat now. Like jaguars will eat fucking crocodiles. Man.
Well, people underestimate jaguars. Like they're fucking insanely strong.
They're jacked, dude.
Like imagine killing a deer and then picking it up and then climbing a tree.
Yeah.
Like people
That's a
forget.
pretty beast.
Yeah, like and that's a normal thing.
How much do you think an alligator weighs?
I bet they're
No, sorry,
heavy.
crocodile. Wouldn't a crocodile be pretty heavy?
They'd be decent.
Oh, they'd be heavy.
Because they're thick.
Like, do you
He's
think
a
They thick boys.
boy.
do you think that'd be like if a jaguar killed a fucking like a big not alligator, crocodile? You think that'd be the equivalent of like him carrying a moose up to the trees? Then
No, I think moose are
Moose
big.
are pretty big.
like you'd have to have like one of the like oldest living crocodiles
Yeah.
to get to the size of a moose.
Sure.
That's another animal that gets underestimated for how big it is.
a moose.
fucking
A
huge.
moose?
Dude.
Yeah. When you
About
see 'em
3
in real
weeks
life.
ago, I was driving up north, and I saw this moose cross. I stopped. It looked at me, and then just kind of ran off. But it was fucking massive. It was bigger than. It was taller than my van, dude.
Jeez.
Yeah, like they are
And
huge.
that was a female. It wasn't even the guy with the antlers. I was like, holy shit. I was like, holy shit, it's huge.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing is we always forget. It's just how big animals are.
And then
out
I
in
saw
the
a
wild.
giant ass black bear, like from you to me. Like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Damn.
black bear's huge.
Yeah. They're big boys out there. And we just keep fucking up their environment.
That's another thing I've started to appreciate more is like nature and animals. Like that stuff interests me a lot. Like I never wanted to like harm like an animal like for hunting purposes.
Now Matt wants nothing to do but bow hunt.
But
He
no,
wants to hunt.
I do want to learn how to hunt because I think it's important for me to learn. Like I think it'd be a good skill to have, and then kind of provide meat for my family and stuff like down the road. And I do like the taste of it from what I've had from Stefan's food. So it does interest me. I think it's like something that I'm like, this would make me tougher, maybe too. Like I think it'd be very difficult if I do kill like an animal. Obviously, like, properly, like hunting it, right?
No, I just
With my
beat it to death.
Bare
But
hands.
it'd be fucking tough, man. But I think it'd be like a really cool, not cool, but I think it'd be a really great experience for myself too. Like, wow, like I did this, and I'm gonna make sure that I use every part of you, like, and
I don't think it's
appreciate
wrong
the-
to say it's cool though. Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't be afraid to say like, oh, I want to do this because it'd be fun or interesting.
I think
or
it'd be cool. Like, I think it'd be really
It's like whatever.
neat.
It's hunting fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, just as long as it's done properly. Yeah.
Like, there's nothing more I'd want it to be like humanely done. Like, if you can get you have to make right shot, shoot it, make sure it's hitting the in that target area where it's painless, quick and painless. And like for the most part, they're like, yeah, man, it's either that or it's like a fucking pack of wolves and they just eat it alive, So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah, no, you can justify it or whatever, but
Yeah.
I don't think you need to justify it.
No,
You want to go hunting? Go hunting.
I want to learn it. I have to take those steps, but I think that maybe that's something next year, 2021. I kind of want to get into
Yeah.
because I'm pretty interested into it. Yeah,
I think there's a few people you could go with. So.
yeah, and I think I got some ins there too that would help. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely interesting.
Personally, I just would prefer to just go target shooting.
Yeah.
that'd be fun though too. Like even just that.
Yeah,
would
just-
be fun.
Go skeet shooting. Why not?
Shooting with gun, bow.
Gun.
It's fun. I remember like when my dad had pellet guns and we used to go target shooting all the time with cans and stuff like that with a rifle or pistol. Like get a pistol pellet gun. Man, it was fucking fun. Like, it was awesome. But shooting's fun.
It's cool. It's cool.
I was like, I'm so tired.
Better than it was yesterday. God damn.
Let's get into that too. Actually, hangovers. How shitty are they now?
They suck balls. That's when you're getting old. Fucking can't recover.
Do you guys get like the headaches and more of the guts?
It depends on
Both.
what I'm drinking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if like on Friday with Ray, I was drinking rum. Rum just kills my guts
Yeah.
the next day.
See, I hate the gut snakes, and I usually get that, but the headache is way worse than actually. You're like, I'm just gonna go puke. Like,
Yeah.
force it
Yeah,
out
with
of
the
you.
gut snakes,
Yeah,
you can get rid of it.
you can get rid of it, but the headache can last an eternity. It feels like.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, the headache is usually from dehydration is the
Yeah,
biggest
that's
one,
the biggest.
but it's also how much sugar wasn't like
Yeah.
if you drank like
That'd be even worse.
like sourpuss and only sourpuss, you are gonna have the worst fucking headache. Like even rum and coke. Like if I have 5 or 6, I'm like, okay, that was way too much coke. I need to change it up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I kind of, at one point I tried doing like the Coke Zeros or the Coke with less everything in it.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm getting shit ton of caffeine and sugar intake during all of this.
yeah.
But yeah, no, the Friday night I was drinking. You can buy it at the liquor store. It's a 2-liter bottle of cider.
Yep, it's
for
like
like
growers.
$13 or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's 7%. So it's like this shit'll.
It's
get you
pretty
drunk
good. Yeah, it's
for
pretty
cheap.
It tastes good too.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
Like it's not the best
depending on what flavor.
cider, but
No.
But for $13.
Yeah,
fuck.
That's like the black ice cider.
That's the black ice.
Yeah.
That shit'll get you trailer trashed. But no, I almost drank a full 2-liter
Oh,
on Friday night.
God.
So I was pooched. But yeah, no, man, hangovers. I'm just so useless. I lay on the couch from like morning until fucking 2 or 3. Live there.
fucking yeah, dude. Like, I find too, like when I drink, sometimes I like the way I'm positioned when I'm sleeping. I fuck my neck up or something like that, and then I get the pure pressure from my head from my neck, and I'm like, because I'm like not like twisting properly or whatever, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's amazing how a hangover can make your whole body hurt.
Your body just goes in shutdown. It's like, I'm done. You fuck me up, I'm fucking you up.
The worst is when you're like, okay, this isn't feeling bad, but you're still drunk, and you're like, yeah, I think I'm gonna be okay, and then it just like hits
I'm not
you.
hungover. I'm
Yeah.
still drunk.
Wake up.
Oh fuck that. Was...
Why are you drinking on a work night? Excuse me, I'm hungover from this morning.
When I went to go get my puppy, like we had to go drive to Drumheller to get her. I was so hungover from the night before.
Oh,
But,
and
like
then
I
the
didn't know,
drive?
but I didn't know. Like I felt good. I'm like, but I only had like 4 hours of sleep when we were going there. My dad's driving, and I'm gonna take turns with him driving, right? And I start driving, and I'm like, whoa, like, it's just hit me, right? And there's a cop behind me, and he's just tailing me.
Fuck.
And he's just because he's just being an asshole. Because it was the long weekend, right? So they're trying to get people,
Yeah.
and get their quotas. But I wasn't doing anything bad, so you can't do anything.
Yeah.
And I'm not serving or anything. And I'm like, whoa, it hit me. I'm like everything's like getting dizzy. Like, you know, I'm not feeling great. Like, and I'm getting kind of car sick. I've never been car sick before. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, Dad, do you think we could switch? He's like, yeah. So, and then like, you need to pull over. And I tried puking. I just dry heaved. I'm like, oh my God. Then we went like maybe 2K. I got him to pull over again. And I just said, fuck it. And I just put my fingers down my throat. And just water that I was drinking, the Gatorade I was drinking came out, and nothing else. Like, no! And then I had to puke 3 more times.
Oh my God.
We finally made it, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, just make it to Drumheller. Just make it to Drumheller. We got gravel, and then I'm like, oh, then it settled everything down, and I didn't feel motion sickness anymore or anything like that. We got the puppy, and then on the way home, I'm like, I couldn't even sleep, but I'm like, just relax. I'm like, okay, like I can actually just rest, and I feel rested. That was a disaster, though. That was such torment. That was 11 hours of driving, and like 5 of them were just hell, man. You're like, oh my God.
Although,
that is
like,
terrible.
It's my fault. It's all
yeah,
my fault.
but why were you drinking the night before you had to drive to Drumheller?
Because it was a beer Olympics, like for.
So
that explains everything.
No, and you know what the best part was? Like, I only brought 6 beers, like, because I'm like, this is good. Like, I won't get hammered or anything. This would be a nice buzz. And I was doing great. I had enough things left, and I was like, perfect timing. And then we were playing a game, and I ran out of beers. I'm like, I'm good. Like, no, keep drinking. I'm like, so I took a couple more, and I was drinking a flask because we were playing Flip Cup, and I got so fucked up with the Flip Cup.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna stay up for a bit later, and I was helping clean up the place. And then it's 1 o'clock. I'm like, fuck, man, we have to wake up at 6 o'clock. So it was just like, you know, it's my own fault, and I really was trying to be,
because you're a spineless coward.
but I was really trying to be like, you know,
responsible,
and like that's why I only packed 6 beers, and I'm like, I know I can only have these 6 beers.
So close till they brought out the tequila.
Well, they gave me like, I think they gave me some fucking like I don't know if it was Palm Bays or if it was I think it was like Palm Bay. What's the other drink there besides Palm Bays? There, Twisted Teas. And I fucking
Twisted Teas. Those will
and I
get
think
you.
that they gave me Twisted Tea, and I'm like, oh.
Probably the sugar as well.
But
Well,
I was really
it's just because they don't like they're like iced tea.
yeah.
Like
And
you
I'm
can just
highly
crush them, and
competitive.
you're like, I feel fine, but you're not fine. They're like Long Island iced tea.
Yeah, that shit's dangerous.
I'm highly competitive for Flip Cup as well because
mad.
because me and Dan won the championship at SciAS one year. Like there was a drinking tournament, it was Flip Cup, and me and Dan won. And the year before we got second because Dan was in the fucking bathroom for 4 hours because he had pre-drank before the fucking Flip
I
Cup
remember
tournament.
that.
And I'm like, Dan, this is not a good
You
idea.
fucking idiot.
Yeah, so I had to double. I had to be the anchor and the lead, and we got to second place, man.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You must have been trashed.
No, thankfully it wasn't like the elimination one. It was just like best of 3s, so that was good.
Good God.
Yeah, and the second year we got revenge and won.
But I'm just thinking, yeah, driving being on a drive hungover sounds absolutely terrible.
Especially for 5 hours.
That sounds awful.
Well, especially for you, because like if you do anything more than lay on the couch, you're gonna puke.
Dude, yeah.
I was at the point where I'm like, I think I have to get like a hotel room. Like I was just like, I don't know if I can go back today. Like, you know, and I'm like, I'm such an idiot, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
that was
just
a fuck
so
up.
hard, man.
Beautiful fuck up.
Yeah. But we made it. We made it home. And I'm
got
like,
there.
thank
And now you have
God.
a dog.
Now you got a dog.
Now we got a dog. Now we got a dog.
Dealing with that.
She's awesome.
New dogs. But no, I just laughed because, Friday night. So Saturday morning was the hangover. And at that point, I'd already thrown up a couple times and laid on the couch for a while. And then I went upstairs to get a drink or something. I came downstairs, and just that movement alone, I'm like, oh, all right, and I'm just standing above the toilet, just debating whether to puke or not. And I look in the corner, and there's a spider, like the size of a quarter.
Oh, God.
I just look at him like, I'm not fucking dealing with this right now. I just can't. So I ignored him, went to my couch, and I heard my dad was on the phone upstairs. So I texted my mom. I was like, when dad gets off the phone, tell him to come downstairs.
I had to kill a spider.
So he comes downstairs. I'm like, can you go kill a spider for me?
What are you, 12?
Pretty much, yeah. That's why.
Is that a big fear of yours, the spiders?
I don't like them. I would say, yeah, it's a fear of mine. But at least I'm at the point where like I can deal with the small ones and I can kill most of them myself.
Yep.
But at that point, being hungover, like
it's funny. Like snakes and spiders don't bother me.
Yeah.
Like it's like a catch and release for me. It's like I see a spider, I'm like, okay, get outside. So I just take it outside.
Yeah, no.
If there's a giant fucker in the shower, I'm like, man, you're in the shower. Sorry, man. Like
Down the
your
drain.
fade's been down the drain. You know, that's your own fault, right? But
up.
for the most part, I'm like, it doesn't bother me. But like, what does bother me for a lot of people, Dan has the same fear, and I don't know. But like, I hate sharks, man. Like, they scare the fuck out of me.
So we
But
need to
I'm
play
not
depth
like-
with Matt and Dan as divers.
No, see-
me and Ray as sharks.
I can do the game, like the game that like games don't bother me, but just like the ocean just scares me. I think because it's like you can't control anything; it's all underneath you, man.
What is that? I think it's thalassophobia, with fear of open water.
Yeah, I don't know, man, but I'm like, fuck the ocean, dude.
That like a lot of people are like that because like when they can't touch the bottom, they start to panic because
What about even like in a lake or something?
that's the same. Yeah.
Oh wow.
But you know what's actually interesting though too, that's why so many people drown is because they panic right away. But if you like, David Blaine was on Joe Rogan the other day, and I know he has training, but he can hold his breath for 20 minutes underwater.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's ridiculously long.
I don't know if that's.
I don't believe that.
It's true. It's true. It's against
20 minutes is
He's
ridiculously long.
Like if you can hold your breath for 2 minutes underwater, that's considered a long time. Even like the diving competitions,
he's like doing exercises though too. It's not like he's like I think he's like meditating and really focused, and he's like, I don't know, he's clearly one with his body, but he can do
unless you can like lower your heart rate to lower your.
That's what he was doing though. His heart rate got so low, and they're like, we got to pull him out. He's like, no, I'm staying in here. And then
I've heard about that where it's like you enter meditative states and you can kind of control your body a bit more.
Well, he was saying there was this story of this guy in Michigan, and it was the wintertime, and it was cold water, like really cold water, or I don't know if it was winter, but he said it was cold water, and this kid fell through the ice, but since he was knocked out, passed out, and I don't know if the cold helped preserve anything, I don't know, because he was underneath the ice. They found him 45 minutes later, and he survived. I don't know if he had massive brain damage or anything, but he survived. And
Wow.
that's why David Blaine's like, well, if that can possibly happen, I'm going to try, because he's crazy.
I love that idea of this once in a lifetime opportunity somewhere in the world happened. Well, I can do it.
Because Navy SEAL training, they make you go, like, they put weights underneath, like, you, and you're dragging it along the water, and it's like when you pass out, they'll cut the rope, and then you get, it's all, like, so you're
That's
not afraid
fucked
of
up.
drowning.
Damn.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Drowning's scary.
Yeah,
But
drowning. I think is one
so
of the
many
worst.
people panic right away because they're like, oh my god, and then they open their mouth or something, and then that's when the water gets in. As long as the water's not getting in, you have a chance.
And the panicking, increased heart rate.
Yeah.
And you're using up your oxygen so crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And he said if you have an oxygen level. But then there's also deep sea divers, man, like from like I think it's the Philippines and all that. They can be underwater with a snorkel or not much and just goggles, and they can be underwater for 10 minutes because they're just hunting for food, and they're so they've adapted to that.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy what people can do, man. You know.
I never understood snorkels. Because it's like, to me, it's the thing, the little tube that goes up to and above, and it's supposed to be in the air, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Above the water. Yeah. So usually they're fucking like a foot tall. So that's just skimming the surface.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. But like then like when they see like usually it's for like you're just trying to like look at aquatic life.
Yeah.
And then you see something interesting, you dive underneath,
Yeah.
and then when you come back up, you just exhale really hard, and it purges the water from your snorkel. And then you're good.
Okay. Got it. Because I've heard I remember reading about something and they're like snorkeling, but they were like deep sea snorkeling or something.
You
It's
can
like,
do
but-
deep sea snorkeling, I believe.
So is it just a bitchin' ass long snorkel?
No, it's a short one.
No, it's a short. It's
Okay.
just a
It's just
snorkel. They just
something
don't have a
different.
tank with them or anything.
Yeah, like they'll go up when they need air, and
Yeah.
they'll go down
Okay.
when they want to.
But they can like last long underneath water.
Now, can we do the Acme setup and have like a mile long snorkel?
That'd be awesome.
Everything's held together with duct tape.
Hell yeah. Then you'd hit
Rheal's just dead.
Well, that's what's scary, man.
It did not work.
Like about diving, like there's certain thresholds you have to like wait. It's like for certain periods of time at certain depths, man. Because you go up too fast, you die.
Not decompression. There's a word for it.
The bends.
Well, there's the bends that you get.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're right.
You're fucking
That's just
done.
crazy.
But that
Because
is
you're-
if you
that's
you
deep.
go down. Well, you'd be surprised. Like pressure accumulates really fast.
Yeah,
the
you don't have to go
more you
far, man.
Yeah.
No.
But it's just like you can't just dive straight to the bottom, dive straight back up, because that's how you get the bends.
Yeah. Now there was that picture of like how far was it James Cameron went in his little sub? And that shit was deep. He went deep.
Well, that's the scary part, man. They don't even fucking know like the full depth of the ocean.
No.
Like, it goes so deep.
And the stuff
dude.
that's down there.
Yeah, you have no idea.
That's why it was so interesting when I read where they're like, the reason we've explored space so much is because there's no atmospheric pressure to deal with, no matter where you go in space.
Yeah.
Underwater, that shit just gets crazy.
Yeah.
And like you have to deal with so much.
The fact that things can live in that much pressure is insane.
Yeah.
It's like
So like
Yeah.
super deep, man.
like those
Super-
creatures are under
Constant pressure.
insane amounts of pressure. That's weird. How do you have a body that works like that?
I don't know, man. But they fucking like they stay down there the whole time too. Pitch dark, like nothing, man. Nothing.
Yeah. And that was the thing. I think they recently found life that had no light whatsoever
Yeah.
and survives.
Dude, they found so much life down there. Like they're finding new stuff all the time down
Yeah.
there. But I like how much better. Like I can only imagine how hard it is to create that technology that
Go down.
like,
there.
and then you like the amount of time you have to be dedicated to like different depths so your body can adjust to it too, right? Like fuck.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, we're getting great research out of it, but there's not really a lot of practical
Yeah.
reason to go down there.
Not
So
really.
It's not like anyone's going to invest a ton of money for it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's really funny to like look back and see like from like the first diving suit, it looks like a 5th grade fucking science project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real rugged.
Oh, it looks so bad.
Well, the other thing that was really cool is like they're finding species that they thought were extinct that are coming back. Like there's this one, it's like an elephant squirrel. It's got like an anteater nose. It's like a squirrel, and they thought it was extinct for like 50 years, but they found him. They found him in a different location in the world he wasn't used to. And it's like because no one ever fucking goes to this location. Like it's in the deep woods and all that stuff, and they found a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Like yeah, they exist again. So it's like no one goes into these deep bushes and tries looking for them.
Mhm.
So like that's why people think that the Tasmanian tiger might still exist, but highly unlikely. But they still like there's people that say they have sightings and hearings, right?
Yeah.
So
And I'm no nature lover. I'm not some crazy whatever,
Yeah.
but it's like, man, we are really fucking up their environment. And just
Yeah.
like cutting down trees and forests and all that. It's like, man, we have.
there's so much, man, that you like. I don't think that they will eventually the forest would win because it's like there's so much shit in these deep jungles, man, and they're so thick with bush and all that, and you can tear shit down, but like eventually you're just going nuts because it's like the same shit. Like
Well, that's one person though.
no, for sure.
I'm talking like a logging
Yeah, like
company.
us
Yeah,
as a
for sure.
species.
No one's winning against one of those 40-ton truck,
No,
whatever that is.
yeah,
for sure.
Just
But like,
rip the tree out by the root.
but like, if your shit breaks down and you're like, there's a crew of two
yeah.
people, and you're like, I can't get like, I have to walk 80 miles back. You're done, man. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, no, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Getting lost in the jungle or
or the
forest,
bush,
you're
dude.
messed up. You ain't gonna make it.
Yeah,
I was just thinking those like you see pictures of the mines, those really big mines and the trucks they have.
Yeah, like you see like driving down the highway, you see like the big equipment, and you're like, that wouldn't. It's not even the size of the tire.
Oh, not even close.
Yeah,
Like they showed a picture of a person next to the thing, and you're a tiny speck.
Like you're not even at
Truck.
the lug nuts on the tire.
Why don't they just do everything hemp, man? Like, but I know, but it's true. Like they can make paper out of it and shit.
Yeah, more hemp.
You know?
Hemp for life. I wonder. Yeah. What if we could grow hemp in Canada? Do we have the climate for it?
I have no idea.
Saskatchewan.
I have no idea.
That could be a sick crop. Let's look into it, Matt.
All right.
Let's start
We
farming.
can look on that in the next episode.
Hemp farm.
Hemp farming.
Look forward to it.
2021 hemp farming.
Entertaining, stupid hemp farm.
Daggerty Farm.
Okay, today I bought some weed plants. I'm hoping there'll be hemp.
These are the wrong plants.
In Canada, you can only legally grow, I think, like 3. But fuck it, we're all barbaric. We're all planting 3, but we're leaving it in Jason's basement. So like, there's like 18. So wink, wink. You know, if we need to throw someone on the bus, wink, wink.
It's Dan.
Yeah, it's Dan.
We're hoping to have enough hemp to do one shirt.
Yeah, we're hoping enough to make 1 flight of paper. Yeah.
Well,
right.
something to look forward to in the future.
Yeah, check out for that one in 2021. All right, thanks so much, guys, for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Peace.